everyone, welcome to the next video, and here we go. The next few videos, I will talk a little bit about analytical sketching. Yeah, we'll leave a little bit the human figure for a while. And anyway, the human figure also was analytical sketching, nothing else. But you know, my book actually is all about everything what is explaining in here is analytical approach. So this is not fine arts, like kind of intuitive sketching, emotional sketching. It is analytical, you know, a perception of everything, perspective, portraits, human form, drawing in architecture, all kind of landscapes and vegetation, whatever. So it's the analytical approach. And now, what it is really analytical approach? Analytical approach is very short. I can say this, I repeat this, I think before, that analytical approach is you first think what you see, then you start drawing. And as you know, for the commercial art, you need to know not artistical sketching or drawing, which is intuitive and not always in proportions and so on, because the proportions depend on the person. We all have different perceptions of forms of space and so on. Yes. So if you analytically approach each subject, you're going to draw this subject not as you think it is, but as it really is. So in artistic drawing, the intuitive way, which is used most of the time on the fine arts and schools and everything, that's intuitive approach. Yeah, you're sketching, you're searching for this form and everything. You study the form visually by gestural movement, you do the lines and everything. So you're less concerned about the perfection, but you want to just understand the form intuitively by your own perceptive, you know, abilities. Analytical sketching is much more technical. It's kind of engineering of drawing. So you use most of the time geometric forms, the geometric understanding of the form, as we did with the human form, you know, in order to draw anything. So this video, I'm going to start with horsey kind of forms. Ideally would be, of course, to have, you know, if I would draw this sketch digitally, I would have a picture beside. But as you know, I want to sketch a little bit on the paper. I'm tired of the digital surfaces. So I want to kind of, you know, disconnect from it. That's why I'm sketching all the things on the paper. So if you have a model of the horse, yes, so you see the analytic perception of the form is much more easier, and especially when you use geometric kind of you know, forms. But of course, I always, whatever figure I have, originally it was, of course, like this. Yes, I painted white. Yes, I painted white because I want to see exactly the shades, the form much more clearly. On this kind of grayish black, well, you know, you cannot actually distinguish everything perfectly because it's so shiny that it's kind of, you know, out of perception of the details of it. Is much better any kind of plastic ones. Yeah, this very cheap kind of from Dollarama. I bought series of animals, and it was kind of close to the zebra's proportions. So it's not bad. Also use this kind of, you know, figures. Yes, but how you would draw, let's start a little bit sketching. So how you would draw this horse, yes, if you want to, you know, understand the form. And why is important to understand the form of each subject you draw? Because you see, most of the time, you're not going to have figures, but you're going to have pictures as references, and pictures as 2D space. So you're going to have to understand the flat picture representation of the form in 3D. You have to imagine this 3D form. And of course, you tell me what for I need this. Well, you know, when you have pictorial references, okay, you if you want to draw the horse as it is on the picture, that's not a big deal. Yes, you can easily do it and so on. But if you want to understand the form, when after you have only one references, but you can imagine this form from any angle you want, yes, from up there, down there, whatever, yeah, frontal, for example, sides, backwards, and so on, yes, okay, from the top and so on, the shortenings and everything. So if you have a figure like this, it is going to be easy for you, yes, but if you don't, and you have only picture of this kind of view of the horse, for example, let's imagine like that, yes, I see this horse a little bit differently than the camera is seeing, yes, so I'm going to kind of try to draw the way the camera is showing you, yes, so it will be much more reference. So look, if we look at the body of the horse, if I would like to apply here geometric forms, yes, the simplest possible, okay, so what it would be? Well, I can actually use here, you see, I can use full sphere, yeah, which enters kind of in kind of cylinder, yes, cylinder, yes. And to this cylinder, I have an addition kind of rectangular form, which I can modify much more to the angles here. But at the beginning, I will start, you see, here you have, remember the head I was showing you as the side of the head? So the whole side, from this position, as we look at, you see, this is the corners, you see? These are the corners. And this rectangle here is going to be also corners. So you have like 1, 2 squares kind of to this line, maybe a little bit less. So you have the corner. The rest is the top in perspective or parallelly in axonometric sketch, you see? So if I would like to explain you this visually, what I kind of see it, well, you actually see it because I see it completely differently. So the difficulty here is that I have to draw something, I do not see it because I see from different angles. So I'm going to try to keep this maybe not moving too much, somewhere like this. So what I have, of course, you have this kind of angle, isn't it? Yes, of the body, the entire body, the angle. So now, if I imagine that this is a sphere, yes, so what I'm going to do, of course, circle, isn't it? Yes, circle, yeah? And now, you see, I have a line. Here is like, the top is like 1, and here is like 1 and 2 to the base, yes, of this sphere. So if I look like 1, 2, 3, somewhere over there, I have this side of this. Of course, if I would put rectangle here, prism, rectangular prism, instead of cylinder, I would have rectangular prism. But it's going to be easier for me. You see, the angle is here. Yes, so perpendicularly to it is here. So I can imagine now that this sphere is entering to the cylinder, which kind of goes this way. I'm going to, for now, do just straight line to make it easier. How long is the cylinder? So when I take from the sphere, it's like 1 time more, you see, the width. Yes, horizontal width. Yes, not horizontal, but along the angle. So what it means that in this circle, I'm going to get another one here, and then I'm going to repeat the same ellipse, it is here, yeah, somewhere there. So I'm gonna have the same ellipse over there, yes, something of this kind. And I'm gonna have one cylinder and here, another cylinder and here, yes. And that's the cylinder, I see it, yeah. And this is the rest of the sphere. So basically what I did is, if you look at the cylinder, yes, like this, yes. So I enter to it sphere, isn't it? Yes. So I have two forms like this. So here is the cylinder base. The sphere is entering inside the cylinder, yes. And I have the back, yes. So now what I need is the front. And I said, I'm going to do this front rectangular. Well, rectangular, so I have the 1/3 somewhere here. So I know that this is the side of it. If I go with vertical line now here, and the same angular line going that way, yes, so I'm going to have the prism, yes, which is composed from two squares approximately, yes, so somewhere there is the thickness of it, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to have it the kind of shoulders of the horse, yes. I can make it better this because you see you have this kind of curve for the belly and from the top, yes. So I can do, what I can do, I can kind of, make this cylinder a little bit curvy, yes. So it resemble much more the body of the horse, yeah. And if I want to, for now, I did very simple here. But if I would like to really show the shoulders of the horse, yeah, this part you see, like this and like that. So approximately 1/3 is the angle, yes. So 1/3 is the angle. So if I divide this 1, 2, 3, 1/3 is the angle. So here I would have, you see, this kind of form, yeah, okay. From which, especially from this part of the form and partially in another 1/3 down there, you will have it, the neck coming out, this curved neck, yes. I would do it curvy, and you see the angle here from the middle line, I would do it kind of curvy line, resembling a little bit the curve of the neck, yes. How large is it? Well, look, if you take this space, it's approximately the same, yes? So this, I put there, so somewhere here, yeah, is the end of it. And I can rectangleize this and put kind of conical form here, yeah? I could do kind of conical form here of the neck. And from the side of it, I can also go from here, there, yeah? So I can kind of, you see, make 3D kind of neck, from which of course, yes, it's a little bit shorter, sorry. It's one is here, you see, I did a little bit too long, it's somewhere there. So I do the magical eraser, which is kind of a stamped. It's a little bit hard because I'm drawing with, not with normal pencil, but with the, this is plastic kind of, metal. So pencil with which you can draw on plastic on metal. So it's kind of similar to the China marker, which kind of keeps the line much more, so I have to be careful not to push it too much. And now I'm going to do the head. The head is not going down, it's kind of 45 degrees, you see? So 45 degree, what is going to be? Well, if I take this vertical and this horizontal, 45 degree is approximately going this way. And I have proportions approximately what? 2 squares, yes, for the head, yeah? So you can do it, another square gentle, because we're going to make this shorter, a different form. Because the first part, we're going to keep it as it is, but the other, we're going to kind of make it a little bit, smaller, yes? So I would have, you see, the head coming there. That's going to be the top of the head, yes? So I would going to have this horse head like this. Then you're gonna see a bit under, yes? So as I imagine the forms to much more easier now, make it, draw, imagine this horse any way I want. And this is the sides of the body, yes? You see from there, from here, and there is the side of the cylinder. And what is happening also on this sphere I have here, yeah? So if I make the tooling like in the middle of this part, yes? So I also gonna know where is the division of the buttocks and the horse, yes? This part, you see, this is in shadow. You don't see the other side, but you can see it here, yeah? Well, accident happened. I have to sharpen it with the pencil. But anyway, so, and those pencils are very good, but they're very fragile. If you just push too much, the same as with the China markers, yeah, they break very easy. So you see from here, you will get with the tail if you would like to put it, yes? But for now, what is important is this part, yes? This is the most important part. Why? Because I can imagine this horse. First of all, I'm gonna do this now in profile. So look, it's very good idea actually to also prepare your profile. So I have full circle representing this sphere. From here, yeah, starts the cylinder. And now this width, I repeat once. So I have this end here, yeah? So I'm gonna have, if I do just first with the horizontal lines, and after I can modify them a little bit, you see, curve them, yes, for the belly and for the top. Now I know that here I have what? I have approximately 2 squares, the shoulders. So I go there and 2 squares is going to be 1, 2. So it's going to be not wider than this, yes, the shoulders. And now the 1/3 from the top, 1, 2, 3, 1/3 on the top, I cut in half, you see, it's half, yes, half. I do the angle, yes, 1/3 is there and 2/3 is down there, yeah, something around those lines. And now I know that from this point, between those 2/3, you have the kind of angle for the neck. And you see the length of the neck like one time here, yeah, okay? So somewhere from here to there, and from here to there, you see the neck, yes, okay? To which 45 degrees is approximately this angle. You're going to have 2 squares proportions approximately of the head with the differences that here you can leave it like this, but here you can go a little bit conical, and you can go conical from the other side, and this part you can leave as a square. Yes, okay. I'm going to put it here much more to the light. Okay, so if you want to modify this even more, you see the square, if you cut in half, you can slightly put that way, and that way. So you're going to have the horse head, yeah, something like that. Yes, okay. And here you have, of course, this part. So having this kind of profile, you have the approximate proportions. So if you want to do the legs, of course, you're going to go there, you're going to go there, and you're going to go there, yeah. And over there, you're going to go this way, yeah, this way, and this way, yeah, with the hoofs and everything. Of course, here we're going to have somewhere there, you're going to have the tail coming, yeah. So I can also simplify the view, and when I understand the forms of the horse, because you see the neck is also conical here, yeah. And here is conical. You see, you have this kind of form conical. So if I would kind of put in shadow the side of the horse, yes, so that's what you will kind of see it. And the same going to be happening here, yeah? Okay, that's what you see. So you understand the form much more better. Yeah. I am not going to attach the legs here because the legs in the end, once you do the form exactly as it should be, yeah, okay, you can actually add the legs, adequately here and there. It's going to be, with this angle, sorry, with this angle, you're going to have the knees over there, you have the hooves and everything. And the same going to be there, yeah? You're coming from there, so it's going to be like this. You're going to have like that, you're going to have like this, and so on, yeah? So you're going to have these legs, yes? So now, when you see the horse, yes, okay, like that, yeah, I moved a little bit this figure, but I hope it doesn't bother you too much. So now I can, when I understood the forms, the good thing about that is that now I can actually imagine this any way I want, yeah? So look, I can look from the top or even different angle, yes, going which way? Well, I put this sphere here a little bit further, yeah, somewhere there, yes. Now I know that here I have the cylinder. If I take this width, I adding there, so somewhere there I have the edge of the cylinder, the exterior edge of the cylinder, yes. So if I go with this here and there, so you see, oh, this is perpendicular. We have to always be careful when you do this ellipse. It needs to be perpendicular. The vertical axis and horizontal axis goes to the angle of, either perspective or the parallel lines if you draw axonometrically. So now in halfway, yeah, in halfway, you're going to this half approximately here, yeah? If you draw axonometrically, it's going to be the same, yes? The ellipse. So now you have the back of the horse, and now you can make it, modify a little bit the kind of curves there, yeah, for the belly and so on, yeah. Well, we did a little bit too, wait a minute, this is one horizontally, this circle. I think I make it a little bit too long. So it's somewhere, this horizontality is somewhere there. Well, a little bit something like that, yeah. Okay, over there. That's much more appropriate. So now, to this vertically add, of course, circumscribe what? The shoulders, yeah? You know that the side is there, yeah? Like this. And you have two squares, yeah? So you go kind of like 1, 2 squares, yes? You go there, yeah? You go there. So you have the front approximately how it is, yes? Okay, how is this here, yeah? Okay, and now, of course, I'm gonna maybe a little bit try to, it's not moving because this pencil is not erasable already, unfortunately. So I'm gonna just kind of push it a bit. And now, 1, 2, 3. On the first 1/3, yeah, and in the middle over there, I'm gonna have this angle. So I have that angle here, yeah. And the rest it goes that way, yeah. Now, from the middle over there, I have the neck, yes, curve, yes, and one going, for example, out, yes. So I take this part in there, somewhere there, yeah, this space, I'm taking out, so the neck finishes somewhere there. And this is the kind of tooling line. But now if I go with this angle, so I'm going to have it something, if I keep this angle, yeah, so I'm going to have, vertical, whatever you want, you're going to have in 1/3 over there. So you're going to have the side of the neck here, yeah, and the other part of the neck there. You don't see the other side. Like here you have this side. You don't see it from this angle, but you're going to see where you're going to see under, you see? Yeah, so you're going to see under this neck, yes? Okay, you're going to see under, yes? Under it, yes? And I'm going to distinguish these parts, yeah, as they go of the neck, yes? With shading, yes? So you will understand better that, the side of it, of course, yeah? And now, from this end, perpendicular 45-degree, you're going to have the head. So now you put the square here, yeah, another square, but you modify the square like 1/3 here, 1/3 there. So what I mean, when you have the head, 2 squares, one approximately in another, if you do 1, 2, 3, so 1/3 there, 1/3 there, yes, you can cut it in half here, and the other 1/3 you can put it here and there, yeah, so you're going to have the kind of profile of the horse, yes, but this is already enough, yeah, so you're going to have kind of conical, you know, the front of it over here, and this is the side of the head, isn't it? Yeah, well, a little bit kind of larger, yeah, with it and front. We forgot the front here, because this kind of form, if you draw, it becomes after something of this kind, yeah, it goes towards the neck, yeah, and here you're going to have conical form, yeah, conical form, and you have kind of front, you see, of kind of square in front, yes, of this, of course, top of the head. So, of course, you can make it much more, you know, this may be a little bit much more larger, yes, the head and everything, yes. So it's kind of, you have this kind of horse approximately as you would see it, yes, as you would see it, you know, from that angle, yeah, okay. There is another ways of drawing, of course, this figure, yeah, not figure, but sorry, the form of the horse, yeah, another way, much more simpler. So as I go, I know the principles, yes, so I can kind of imagine even what I can imagine. Well, I can draw it from the lower, from the kind of ground to the top. And for example, if I would have this angle, so I can imagine that this is going to be my, you know, cylinder, yeah, okay. How large is here on the side from one side to the other is as is the circle, yeah. So I'm gonna have something like this, yes, okay, like that, yes, for the main corpus of the body. Over there, what I know, that now I see it, the lower part's gonna go that way. What it means that this is going to be my kind of belly, lower part. At the same time, here, I would go parallelly this way, and I would have two squares, so it's going to be approximately this thickness, isn't it? Yeah, okay. But you see, from 1, 2 squares, so somewhere there is going to be the end of it, and I'm going to have it now. You see these angles, I'm going to go there, yeah, approximately 2 squares, so it's going to be less or more this way. And I have here, of course, the cylinder coming is kind of embracing the sphere. And from there, I have this angle, I have that angle, yeah. 1/3 is going to be approximately here, so I have this cut, and halfway is going to be there, yeah, okay. And I might see a little bit something there, yeah. And now 1/3 here, so I know that the neck is coming from here and there. So I have this kind of curve for the neck, and it gets kind of like from here there, the side of the square is one time is somewhere here, but from the other side, if I go over there, so it's going to be somewhere there, yeah. So that's the end of the neck. So now, you see, I have conical form, which I do here of the neck and there of the neck, yes. And over there, if I follow this angle, yes, okay, if I follow this angle, so I'm going to have also conical form over here. And now, 45 degree is going to be approximately this angle. So to this angle, I'm going to add 2 squares, isn't it? Yes, 2 squares approximately, another will be somewhere here, yeah. But, you know, 1/3, 1/3, so you put here, you put there, yeah. And now you see these angles, you go with the square front of the head, the nose, yes, that way. And what happens with the rest of the head? Well, you have here, yeah, and you have conical a little bit, yes, conical here, conical there, yeah. So if you draw this kind of perfectly going to be good, yeah? Something along those lines. So we see, I imagine this horse now, yeah, from the lower ground, yes, to 1/3 here, and this is the chest, yeah, and that's the front of it, and let's say this is the side of the head, yeah, okay, and this is of course the lower part of it, and here, of course, if I would like to draw the core shadow, sorry, the core light here, so it's going to be somewhere on this line, isn't it? The core light, yes? And of course, after it's going to go with the sphere, as it can go, something like that. Of course, you can add the ears there. Yeah, you can add the ears. You can kind of even modify this one. If you cut in half, you can do 1/3 here. Yeah, 1/3 there, 1/3 there, 1/3 there. So you can kind of have the head much more shaped kind of to the horsey head if you want, but it's not necessary. For playing in the space with the form, you don't need really anything else. The ears, the legs, everything you do later. This head, neck, torso, belly, and the back, yes, is the most important parts of it. Yeah. Okay. So if you would like to kind of make this horse fly, kind of flying in the air, yeah, make it, for example, as a Pegasus, yes. So if you do the, you know, wings here, yeah. So look, if you do parallelly to the side, yeah, and you take the space of it, the width of the chest, it's somewhere from there. If you go parallel line, now you see exactly to this direction, you go with this line. So now the other wing starts, you take the same space from here to there. So you have the other wing coming there. And if you have something of this kind, another form, so let's say here is parallel, but here is going to be a little bit like this, yes, okay, is the wing. So the other wing would be where it goes outside, you see, this point. So it's going to go outside this point. So if you make this line, you're going to kind of follow, you know, this way, yeah? And you have to know where it finished. It's going to be somewhere there, yeah, something like this. So you're going to see a little bit only the wing on the other side, yeah? If you want to do it, of course, correctly. Of course, if you have the wings coming from here, yeah, and maybe make this kind of form and so on. So similarly, you're going to see a little bit over here, and you will see a little bit this form, yeah, of this kind. Then though you're going to see a little bit differently the wings if you would change it. Yes, but with the wings, I'm going to do with you the birds and or other animals with the wings. So I'm going to explain you how to draw the wings, because it's kind of, even with the airplanes, we're going to do airplanes. I'm going to explain you how the wings. For now, you don't know yet. For example, I am assuming that you don't know. So we're just going to focus with the main corpus of the horse. And we can, of course, shape the legs. Look now, the legs, how long are the legs? So if you take from the side, not that in here to the belly, but from the side of the horse, this, so it goes like one, almost twice, yes? So if I take the side of it, this, yes? So I'm gonna put it like one and twice, isn't it? Yeah, I have the hoof there somewhere, yeah? And I have the knee is approximately in halfway, so somewhere there. So you have one and you have another, yeah, from the leg. Let's say this leg goes a little bit this way. So you have the same space, you have this knee, and then you have the form. You see, you have an ankle here. So you're going to have ankle there, and the other hoof might be going a little bit that way, isn't it? And the back, of course, legs might be going this way, and you have this part, you have that part. So the entire length of this is approximately the same, isn't it? This part is approximately the same as this one. You have only nuances in the leg, yes? The horse leg, I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but you have something like this, for example, and the other, for example, is coming from there, going to go that way, and maybe it's going to be that way, yes? So we can build around, of course, yeah, this kind of, approximately, the legs and the hoofs of the horse, yes? Less or more, yeah? It's not perfect, but something around those lines, yeah? And here you can also go, you see the tides are quite solid, yes? You have after, the knee, you have this part, and then you have the hooves, yeah, ankle, and the hoof, how it goes. Yes, so you're going to kind of get this part, you know, approximately less or more that way, and the other side going to go like this. So also here you will only see, yeah, the end of, you know, the hoof over there and so on. Yeah, so this part going to be behind. Yes, okay, and this also going to be a little bit on the other side, okay, of the thing, of the corpus. So you might kind of play with this horse now any way you want. So if I take it away this form to have more space here, yeah, so just kind of conclude this, you know, you can change this rectangular shape. You can actually change it for something like this, conical form, yes, to which you add the neck also conical, but rounded, yes, and part of the neck going to go here, and the other part going to go vertically there, yeah. So I'm going to show you here briefly. So if I would like to, for example, change a little bit the, you know, imagine a little bit differently, yeah. So you can even start with the head if you like, yeah. But this, if you want to really keep the proportions less or more the same, so you will kind of, you know, make it here. I have a little bit too much. Wait a minute, a bit too much. Well, because you have to really be careful how you do the shapes. If you do a little bit elliptic or something, right away is larger. So anyway, knowing what we know so far, we can go after when you kind of this, you know, that the main corpus of the cylinder needs to be as large as the sphere, isn't it? Yes. So you're going to have approximately somewhere here, you know, the body. Now, you at the shoulders here, if you like. Yes. So it's different. You can draw this differently. Look, you have this first cylinder, yes, over there. Normally, you would have to add this kind of form for the shoulders, isn't it? Yes, for the shoulders. But you can imagine this. You can extend this cylinder a little bit. So it's going to be somewhere here, yeah, somewhere here. And now 1/3, if you go that way, 1/3. So this 1/3 and half over there, you might have what? You see, a rounded form like that. And the rest, of course, is going to go this way, okay? So now, from this part and this part, you're going to just add it, you know, conical form of the neck, yes, which you also going to cut vertically, and it's conical. Oops, sorry, conical over here and conical over there, yeah? And to all this 45 degree, you add what? You can even add sphere and conical form for the head, yes? So we're going to have, you see, approximately imaginary form of the horse coming actually from cylinder, yes? From the cylinder, yes? A bit maybe larger on the head and so on, yes? So we have kind of, for this head, you might have sphere, and if you go there, the same space, you're going to have the nose, and you just put it there, and you have the entire horse head, less or more, isn't it? So you have a choice. Either you do cube, yeah, cubic form, yes, which you after modify. So another cube going to be somewhere here and there and there and there and there. But you know that you need 1/3. So somewhere here, you're going to have the small square, which you're going, of course, to use to modify the entire form of the head, horsey head. If you divide this in half, half, and half, so the 1/3, yeah, you can go this way, yeah, this way. So you're going to have, oh, sorry, a bit much more like this, yeah. So you're going to have approximately, you see, the side of the head that way. So much more easy is, of course, the cubic tube, yeah, because you can go this way, and approximately you have approximately kind of, you know, conical form like this, to which you circumscribe, you know, the sphere. So now this space is the same like from here to there, you see? Okay, yeah. So from the profile would be like this. You have the angle of the head, perpendicularly, half, half. And here you have a sphere, yes. Here you have the sphere. Here is the nose, 1/3 of it, 1/3 of it, yes, so this part. And from there, you just make connections. So you might have as well this kind of head. Of course, from there, you have the neck, also conical, and it's coming this way, yes, and after the rest is coming, see, this way to the chest, yeah, okay? And here is the corpus of the body. So anyway, we're going to practice this kind of forms, you know, much more with different animals and everything, you know, a little bit the analytical way. But just remember one thing to conclude this is that any kind of form you would have, yes, for example, let us look briefly. If I would take the zebra, for example, yes, so, you know, you take the zebra, maybe I change the angle, let's say like something like this. Yeah, so if I want to pre-sketch this analytically, what I'm going to do, yeah, is a little bit the black stuff is disturbing, you don't see very well. But anyway, I'm going to put it on the white, something like this, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, well, look, here I have a head, yeah, so it's approximately this angle, yes, there's no more. And what I have, sphere, yes, and I take another space there, I'm going to have the front of it, yes. Okay, so I have approximately the head, isn't it? Now I have shortening of the neck, shortening. You see, the shoulders start there, so it's like half of the head, half of the head. So somewhere there, I have the shoulder. So, but I can make it the neck, yes, and you can. I can also go like this, yes. So from here I would have this, and from there I would go under the, of course, under the head, isn't it? And now I have the shoulders, yes. So one part is there, another is somewhere here, isn't it? Yeah. And it goes this way approximately. So I go with the kind of cylinder and I now look the spaces, yes. I'm going to use the method shorter. So I don't going to do the prism, but I'm going to do just, for example, the cylinder. And if you look, this is going to be my sphere. So from here to there is approximately, you know, this and this from this space is like one sphere. So I'm gonna, if I go from here there, it's going to be one, and there, somewhere there is the sphere, yeah, okay. So I have approximately created kind of the basic, yes, basic, okay, form, okay, of my zebra here, yeah, that's the sphere, and that's, of course, this conical form here now, and so on, yes. So I can actually imagine approximately the body. Here, of course, because the sphere enters to the cylinder, yeah, so I have something like that, yeah. So I would kind of imagine less or more this way. And now this space, of course, from this direction, I have very narrow only the top, yes. So somewhere there is going to be the top, somewhere there, like this. So my tail going to come somewhere from there, you see, somewhere from there, yeah, okay, from the zebra, yeah. So of course I understand that all these forms is, you know, there's kind of, you know, construction inside, yes, and the same is for the neck, and the neck is much more conical until I get to the you know, sphere. So from the profile is going to be like this, circle, yeah. From there, I go this way, approximately the same space to the shoulders plus half, because I have two squares to that. So I'm going to have approximately like this, the cylinder, yes, the cylinder. From there, of course, I would have the neck, you know, one side here, somewhere there is the end of it. So I'm going to have conical the neck, and 1/3 over there. So it's going to be something like this. And to this is attached circle, yeah, 45-degree, one time over there, kind of conical form of the head, yes. So that's the profile of the zebra, yeah, approximately, yeah. So Knowing this, I can draw this now from any direction you wish to do it. Yes, of course, in order to be comfortable with these forms, if you want to do some kind of shortening, yes, of the zebra. So for example, you have the back of the zebra. Now it's shortening, so you don't do the same proportions, because with this kind of angular things, from top down and everything, you can use it. But shortening is not, that. Here, for example, if you go kind of that direction, if you look at the model, yeah, let's say this kind of shortening, for example, if you would like to draw, yes. So what you have it, look, you have very little space there. So it's like 1/4 of the sphere, 1/4 of the sphere. So it's going to be something like this, somewhere there. So what you have it, the end of the shoulder is already there. And the neck is coming, you see, the tooling line going to go this way and that way, and so on, somewhere there. You're going to have, of course, the conical form, and you look the space you have available, yes? It's very little, you see, look, this side of the body is this space, and the neck is also something like that. So you don't go further, somewhere there is what is happening. Somewhere there you have already this fur, and you have the neck is covering this, and of course the halfway space on the conical form is having it. So you have the shortening of the animal, yes, with the geometric forms of the neck, of the torso, and of the buttocks, yes. And here, of course, you're going to have the buttocks, yes, of the of course you can add the ears there. Yeah, you can add also the hair there. Yeah, you have some kind of hairy part of it there, yes, the zebra has. And you have, of course, the tail, whatever. Yeah, and then you draw, of course, the legs as they are, accordingly to the form, and the same is over there. You go there, this is going to be the knee approximately, another part, and so on. So you can imagine the zebra, of course, forms. This is actually going to be a little bit larger, yeah, because you see it like that, as you look at from the perspective, yes, you would have something like that. If you draw parallelly, it's going to be in this place when I put it, yeah, parallelly. So all depends, of course, from what you're going to use, perspective or not. Yes, so another leg might be maybe much more going, you see, this way, yes, okay, and this may be a little bit, it comes from there, go this way, and that way, yes. So we can kind of really build anything you want when you understand, of course, the analytically decapitated or digested form of the animal. Yes, you actually intend to draw analytically. Yeah. So that's all for today. We're gonna draw some more next time. Just to conclude, still a little precision regarding the shortening. You remember how we did the human form? So if you look at the horse, for example, here, yeah, if it's turning one way or the other, you see, you getting shortenings. And as you go, you see less the side, more the back, and just from there it comes the head, yes? So the same happens when you, of course, go that way, yes? From the profile, you go a little bit much more in front, and eventually you see only the chest and the head and the neck, you don't see the rest, yes? Only when the horses turn again here, you start seeing this part appear. So as I was explaining this with the, of course, human form, with the horse, we had what? We had a circle, isn't it? Yes, we had a circle, yes. And to the circle we attached the, a cylinder, yeah, which this kind of form. You have this width, that's what the proportions, yes. And then we had this one, yeah, we refer to the first part. So we have approximately 2 squares. 1/3 is somewhere there, another 1/3 is there. So in halfway of the square, you're going to have approximately this angle, this, and so on. And from there now, yeah, from there, you have the neck, yeah, and you go, yes, and it's the thickness of the neck is somewhere there. So somewhere here is the end of the neck. And now you have 45 degrees for the head, isn't it? Yes. So you go a little bit 1/3 here, 1/3 there, and you have approximately the profile. You see? So you have something around these lines. I'm gonna kind of made it a little bit much more stronger so you can see better. Yeah. Okay. Everything here is like this. Yes. Here is like that. Here is like this. Yes. And you have this part. You have that part. You have the head over here, yeah, and you have the front of the mouse, less or more something like this. So now, what is going to happen when I turn this one way or the other? Yes, let's turn to the right, yeah, over here. So now, we start with the circle, which is sphere, isn't it? So it's something like this, you see, something like that, yes? And now this part becomes not one time more than but half. So from the top, you will see this horse turning now like this. Actually, it's better to draw it here. Yeah. So if I go with this part, yes, so I would have from the top is like this. And now because I am turning, so the angle is changing that way. You see, look, okay, this part getting, if it's 45 degree, is going to be approximately like this, yes, like this. So what is happening now? This size, which is this one also, now is going this way, here, and you add it here. But you looking at the horse always from the same point of view. So now, you see this, and you see like almost half only of this, as a sphere, yes, looking from that side. So what is with the other thing? Is the shoulders. Yeah, the shoulders are here. Yeah, okay, 1/3, yes. So you see, now you see the neck, the chest, yes. And when you have the neck and the head and the end, everything you see shorten it, yes, because you're looking from the same point. So it's like turning this horse that way, yes, okay. Or from the top, it would be like this. We have the horse like that, but when look, and I am looking at the horse always from this side. So look, when the horse turns 45 degrees, you see, this I am still seeing full circle, but not anymore this. This space is like half of it, you see? And the chest now, it was like that, yes, but from this point is half of it, you see? Because you're taking this space, you see? It was like this, but now you see this one. So everything shortens adequately, and if you go like this, eventually you're going to have only the back, and you're going to have here, you're going to have the head because it's slightly turned left. And of course, you're going to have slightly see the head of the horse and so on. Something like this you're going to see when you look, from that direction like that. Yes. So everything is in understanding what is happening in order to do this shortening correctly. So you just remember, take whatever you can take. You can take even to help you out. You can take even simple, any kind of form. And as you see it, or let's say this is the neck, yes. So when I start turning here and there, yeah, it changes. You don't see much the difference. You only see the neck place it different direction, because this is what full circle. So I can turn this any way I want, and it's always going to be without any changes here. The only changes is the neck, which is movable, isn't it? Another thing going to happen with this profile, and no, look, this, yes, you see. So if I go now like this, you're looking from that direction there, yes. What you happening to see, you see now this entire width, look, like this, you have this space, yeah? You turn it 45 degree. Now you have this and this space, you see, only this. And as you go further, it's going to be smaller and eventually going to be only as it is the thickness there, yeah? So all this, how it works, yes? Sorry. So just remember, whatever you're going to draw, of course, sketch, and if you have any shortenings, yes, so you know that now you see half, so the other cylinder going to go that way, and you see only half, so you do the same circle, and now you know that this is the back of the horse, this is the cylinder, yes, how it goes, and if you have the shoulders, you're going to see something of this kind, but much more narrower here, yeah, and much more narrower even here because you're going to cut a little bit here, yes? So now the neck going to come from there, but it's also going to be shorter, isn't it? Yeah. And this you're going to see much more, you see narrower there. And then you're going to see the, of course, the head over there, yeah, as a cube, you know, a little bit, but narrower. Everything going to be much more narrower because you have shortenings, yes? And now, if we go with the tooling line, so we have this and we have that. So my tail gonna come here now from that direction, yes? And I can of course go now and put, the legs here and everything, and the same I can go there. Yeah, I can put the legs over there. Yeah, so I'm gonna have everything kind of parallelly going that way. So the shortening is depend how you go. Just remember, you have to look at the spaces. So you have to really, you can imagine this, of course, yes, as you have, if you have a model, it's not big deal. You can see it, how much you see from here to there, yeah, in comparison to the back. But if you have a picture of this kind, you have to guess this. That's why when you're going to have these geometric forms, I can draw this horse any way I like, yes, and I'm going to have it, in the right proportions because I know how the figures in space turn around, isn't it? Yeah. So okay, so that's it. It's just small kind of addition about the shortening. So it's similar as I was explaining to you with the human figure. The same happens with any form. You gonna have the shortening of it when you turn it one way or the other, or even vertically and horizontally, whatever is the case. Anyway, in the other videos, following videos, you will much more better, apprehend everything if you still have some problems to understand that. Because as we're going to draw different forms, you will it's going to become much more clear to you. Okay, that's for what the analytical drawing serve actually, yeah, to understanding what you're actually doing, all the time. Okay.